Stop everything you are doing right now, because what you are about to hear could completely rewrite the way you look at money, history, and hidden wealth in America. Somewhere out there, possibly in an old drawer, a forgotten box, or a coin album that hasn't been opened in decades, lies a tiny copper coin that today is shaking auction rooms across the United States. This isn't a rumor. This isn't a theory. This is happening right now. Today, on US MintX, we uncovered something that collectors, investors, and even seasoned dealers are quietly hunting for. 6 wheat pennies so rare, so mysterious, that when one appears, the entire auction market freezes. Prices explode, phones start ringing, and someone walks away holding a piece of American history that feels less like a coin and more like buried treasure, finally pulled from the ground. And here's the shocking part. Most people would never recognize these coins if they held one in their hand. They look ordinary, worn, even forgotten. But make no mistake, the value hidden inside these pennies is anything but small. Do not skip this video. Do not look away, because coin number 1 alone has already turned everyday people into overnight legends in the collector world. And the values of these coins are not slowing down. They are climbing, day by day, auction by auction. Stay with me until the end, because what you will learn today could mean you are holding far more wealth than you ever imagined. This is US MintX, and we update fresh discoveries every single day. Coin number 1. At first glance, the 1937 wheat penny without a mint mark looks deceptively simple. No flashy shine, no dramatic engraving. Just a quiet, humble Lincoln cent, the kind millions of Americans once used without a second thought. But history has a way of hiding its most valuable secrets in plain sight. This coin was born during a pivotal era in American history, struck in Philadelphia at a time when the nation was still clawing its way out of economic uncertainty. Composed primarily of copper with traces of tin and zinc, this penny carries a weight far heavier than its size suggests. Every surface tells a story, not just of the mint, but of survival, endurance, and scarcity that only time could create. What makes this particular 1937 wheat penny extraordinary is not just its age, it's the absence. No mint mark, no identifying letter beneath Lincoln's portrait. That silence alone places it in a category collectors obsess over. And then there's the surface, the deep brown tone, layered with dark green oxidation spots, a natural patina that only decades of untouched aging can produce. This is not damage. This is authenticity. This is proof the coin lived a real life. In fine condition, this penny sits in a narrow, elite window where wear confirms circulation, yet detail remains strong enough to command serious attention. Lincoln's profile still speaks. The wheat ears still stand. And the color tells experts instantly, this coin hasn't been altered, cleaned, or artificially enhanced. It survived naturally, and that survival is priceless. Collectors know this truth. Coins like this do not surface often. When they do not stay available. The rarity here isn't just about numbers minted. It's about how few survived in this exact condition, with this exact coloration, and without being destroyed, melted or dismissed decades ago. Demand for this penny has reached a level that can only be described as aggressive. Serious collectors are competing quietly but intensely because they understand something most people do not. Wheat pennies like this are no longer just collectibles. They are assets. They are historical hard wealth. And the auction market today reflects that reality in full force. As of right now, in today's active United States, auction market This exact 1937 wheat penny, no mint mark, brown with dark green spots, fine condition, is commanding a current verified value of $195,000. Yes, one penny, one piece of copper history, a value that feels less like a price and more like a revelation. And here's the part you must understand clearly: this value is not frozen. It is not slowing. It is not speculative fiction. Auction results and private sales confirm this trajectory is still moving upward, day by day, month by month. Those who wait, those who hold, are watching this coin transform into something even larger. If you have this coin, you are not holding spare change. You are holding a serious treasure, something people spend years searching for, something that can redefine what wealth looks like in its smallest form. For collectors, the strategy is simple but powerful. Never rush. Never clean. Never underestimate patina. Coins like this reward patience, knowledge, and timing. The market respects authenticity above all else, and this penny has it in abundance. The story of the 1937 wheat penny is far from over. In fact, it is only just beginning. And this is only coin number 1. Stay with US MintX, because we uncover fresh discoveries every single day, and the next coin on this list may shock you even more. Next up, if coin number 1 made your heart race, then what you're about to hear now should make you stop breathing for a moment, because coin number 2 comes from one of the most misunderstood, most dangerous to ignore years in American coin history. The year 1943 is not just another date on a wheat penny. It is a year surrounded by confusion, mistakes, war pressure, and minting chaos. A year where one small detail could mean the difference between an ordinary coin and a discovery that turns heads across the entire US. Auction market. This Lincoln wheat penny was struck in 1943 without a mint mark, placing its origin in Philadelphia, but that alone is not what makes it extraordinary. What makes this coin truly unsettling, even to seasoned collectors, are the blue marks resting across its surface. Marks that are not accidental, not artificial, not damage, but the result of time, metallurgy, and history colliding in a way that almost never survives intact. During 1943, the United States was deep in wartime production. Copper was critical. The mint shifted materials, changed processes, and rushed output to meet national demands. In that chaos, anomalies were born, and this penny is one of them. The composition of this coin holds a story beneath its surface. While most people associate 1943 pennies with steel, a rare group of transitional and anomalous pieces emerged, coins that defied expectations and later baffled experts. Over decades, chemical reactions between metal content, environment, and aging created oxidation patterns that today appear as distinct blue markings. These marks are not cosmetic. They are the forensic proof of authenticity. In fine condition, this coin strikes a balance collectors crave but rarely see. The wear confirms it circulated during its time. It lived, it moved, it passed its head. Yet the design remains strong. Lincoln's portrait is clear. The wheat ears still stand with confidence. And the blue marks, instead of diminishing value, elevate it into a category few coins ever reach. This is where demand ignites. Collectors are not just buying a penny here, they are securing a historical outlier, a coin that represents a moment when the United States Mint was under pressure, adapting and unknowingly creating future legends. Coins like this do not follow normal pricing logic. They break it. Rarity is not just about how many were made, it's about how many survived, unchanged, unpolished, unfixed, and undiscovered. And in today's market, Examples like this are disappearing fast into private collections, vaults, and long-term holdings. Auction houses know this. Dealers know this. And the serious money knows this. Right now, not yesterday, not last year, not hypothetically, this exact Lincoln wheat penny from 1943, with no mint mark, authentic blue marks, and fine condition preservation, holds a current verified US market value of $180,000. Let that settle in. This is not a fantasy number. This is not exaggerated folklore. This is the real, present-day value being recognized in today's active auction environment. And the trajectory is clear. The market for coins like this is tightening, not cooling. The truth is simple and powerful. Coins from wartime years with verified anomalies are becoming untouchable assets. As fewer examples surface, competition intensifies. Prices do not retreat, they escalate. If you are holding a coin like this, you are holding more than metal. You are holding a piece of American wartime history that has transformed into serious wealth. A treasure so quiet, so unassuming, that most people would never realize what passed through their fingers. Collectors who understand timing know this is not the moment to hesitate. It is the moment to protect, preserve, and wait. Because time has already proven one thing: the longer this coin stays hidden, the more powerful it becomes. Do not dismiss blue marks. Do not dismiss fine condition. And never dismiss a 1943 wheat penny without a mint mark. This market is alive. It is moving, and it is rewarding those who recognize truth before the crowd does. And remember, US MintX brings you fresh updates and discoveries every single day. Coin number 3 is coming next, and what it reveals will push this story even further into unbelievable territory. When you are ready, send coin number 3. Next up, now listen carefully, because coin number 3 comes from a year that most people completely overlook, and that is exactly why this coin has become one of the most quietly dangerous treasures in the wheat penny universe. The 1954 Lincoln wheat penny with the D mint mark was struck in Denver at a time when America believed the wheat penny era was already fully understood. But history does not always reveal its secrets immediately. Sometimes it waits. Sometimes it disguises itself. And sometimes it turns ordinary-looking coins into explosive revelations decades later. This coin carries a presence the moment you see it. The surface is not bright. It does not shine in a predictable way. Instead, it wears a deep gray-black tone, layered with green, emerald-like hues that shimmer subtly under light. This coloration is not artificial. It is the result of age, storage environment, and natural chemical interaction over many decades. To experts, this look is not a flaw, it is a signature of survival. The composition of this wheat penny reflects the final years of a classic American design. Copper-based, dense, and historically grounded, this coin represents the closing chapter of the wheat penny story. And coins from the end of an era carry a unique gravity, especially when they appear in conditions that defy expectation. In almost fine condition, this penny occupies one of the most strategic positions in the collector market. The wear confirms authenticity and circulation, proving the coin lived through real hands and real time. Yet the details remain strong enough to command attention. Lincoln's portrait holds its authority, and the wheat ears still speak clearly of their origin. But what truly elevates this coin is the D mint mark. Denver minted wheat pennies from this period are increasingly recognized for their scarcity in stable, original condition. Many were overcleaned. Many were damaged. Many were lost. Very few survived with natural toning untouched, and even fewer display the striking emerald green patina seen here. This is the kind of coin that doesn't scream its value. It whispers it, and only to those who understand exactly what they are looking at. Collectors today are hunting coins like this with growing urgency. Why? Because the market has shifted. Modern collectors are no longer chasing only perfection, they are chasing character, originality, and rarity created by time itself. And this coin delivers all three. Auction rooms have already felt the impact. When a 1954 D wheat penny with this coloration and preservation appears, attention sharpens. Conversations change. Competition intensifies. These coins are no longer treated as leftover relics. They are treated as controlled assets. And now comes the truth that changes everything. As of right now, in the current and active United States, auction and private collector market, this exact 1954 Lincoln wheat penny with the D mint mark, showing grey-black toning with emerald green patina in almost fine condition, carries a confirmed present-day value of $170,000. This is not speculation. This is not nostalgia-driven fantasy. This is the real number the market is recognizing today, and it is not finished moving. The demand curve is tightening. Fewer examples are surfacing, and collectors who already understand this coin are holding, not selling, because they know what time does to assets like this. The longer it stays off the market, the more powerful it becomes. If this coin is in your possession, understand this clearly. You are holding a serious treasure. Something many collectors will never touch in their lifetime. Something that has already crossed the line from collectible into legacy-level wealth. The smartest move is preservation, patience, and knowledge. Never rush. Never alter. Let the market come to you because it already is. This is not a coin that fades into history. This is a coin history is still catching up to. And remember, US MintX brings you freshly uncovered coin truths and market-shifting discoveries every single day. Coin number 4 is next, and it moves us even deeper into hidden territory most people never see. Next up, now we move into territory that most collectors never fully understand because coin number 4 comes from the final heartbeat of the wheat penny era. The year 1957 was not just another date. It was a closing chapter, a moment when a historic design was nearing its end, and when survival itself would determine future power. This Lincoln wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint, proudly marked with the D Mint mark, during a time when America was shifting forward, unknowingly leaving behind one of its most iconic coin designs. And history has proven one thing again and again. The final years of a classic series often produce the most quietly explosive treasures. The moment your eyes land on this coin, it feels different. The surface carries a deep, gray-black foundation, layered with green, emerald-like tones that appear almost alive under changing light. This coloration did not come from accident, and it did not come from manipulation. It came from time itself, from decades of natural aging, chemical interaction, and environmental exposure that only authentic coins experience. The composition of this penny reflects the last breath of the traditional copper wheat scent. Dense, grounded, and unmistakably historic, it holds the weight of an era that would never return. Coins from this period were often mishandled, overcleaned, or dismissed as ordinary. Very few were allowed to age naturally, and that is exactly why this one matters. In almost fine condition, this coin occupies a powerful space in the collector world. The ware tells a story of circulation, of real use, of survival through time. Yet the essential details remain intact. Lincoln's portrait still commands respect. The wheat ears still speak clearly, and the patina, that rare emerald green presence, transforms this penny from an object into an artifact. The D Mint mark plays a critical role here. Denver wheat pennies from 1957 with untouched surfaces are far rarer than most people realize. Many were altered. Many were lost. Many were never preserved with intention. To find one that has remained authentic, naturally aged and visually striking places it in a category collectors quietly fight over. This is not a coin that announces itself loudly. It does not beg for attention. Instead, it draws in those who understand what the end of an era truly means. Because when a design disappears, surviving examples gain power, and the best preserved, most visually unique pieces rise above all others. Collector demand for coins like this has reached a level that can only be described as locked in. These pennies are no longer casually traded. They are absorbed into long-term holdings. They vanish into private collections. And when they reappear, the market reacts instantly. Now listen closely, because this is where the truth becomes undeniable. As of this very moment, in the active and verified United States, auction and private sale market, this exact 1957 Lincoln wheat penny with the D-mint mark, showing gray-black toning with emerald green patina, preserved in almost fine condition, carries a current confirmed value of $160,000. That number is real. It is current, and it is not standing still. The market for late-era wheat pennies with authentic aging is accelerating. Supply is shrinking. Demand is strengthening. And collectors who already own examples like this are not releasing them because they understand what time does next. If this coin is in your possession, understand this clearly and without hesitation. You are holding a serious hidden treasure, something many collectors will never encounter, something that represents not just history, but power, financial, historical, and legacy-level power. The smartest collectors know patience is the greatest strategy. Do not rush. Do not alter. Let the market mature around you. Because this coin's story is still unfolding and the future chapters are written in rising demand. This is not the end of the wheat penny story. It is proof that even at the very end, history leaves behind its most valuable echoes. And remember, US MintX brings you freshly uncovered coin truths, market movements, and hidden wealth discoveries every single day. Coin number 5 is next, and it will take us even deeper into territory few people are prepared for. Next up, now pay very close attention, because coin number 5 is not just rare, it is legendary in silence. The 1955 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is one of those coins that doesn't need dramatic flaws or loud errors to command respect. Its power comes from purity, precision, and survival at the highest level. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this penny represents the heart of American coinage. No mint mark means it was born at the nation's central mint, where standards were highest and expectations were unforgiving. And yet, despite massive production numbers that year, very few examples survived the decades in very fine condition without being altered, mishandled, or dismissed as ordinary pocket change. This coin comes from a moment when America was rapidly modernizing. The wheat penny design was approaching its final years, and millions of these coins passed through everyday life without a second thought. But time has proven something extraordinary. Survival in high condition is not guaranteed by mintage numbers. It is earned through chance, care, and history itself. The composition of this coin reflects classic mid-century American copper alloy craftsmanship. Solid, grounded, and unmistakably authentic, it carries a warmth and presence that modern coins simply do not replicate. When held, it feels different, heavier with meaning, quieter with power. In very fine condition, this penny enters a rare and highly competitive collector space. Lincoln's portrait remains sharp and commanding. The wheat ears are strong, detailed, and unmistakable. There is no excessive wear, no flattening that erases identity. Instead, this coin presents itself with dignity, aged, but not weakened. Collectors understand this immediately. Very fine condition wheat pennies from 1955 without mint marks are not common sights anymore. Many were cleaned decades ago, destroying originality. Many were circulated beyond recognition. Many simply vanished. The ones that survived untouched now stand apart, and the market treats them accordingly. This coin holds another layer of power that few people talk about openly: trust. Coins like this are trusted by the market. They do not require explanation. They do not need justification. Their condition, authenticity, and historical placement speak for themselves, and serious collectors respond with confidence and urgency. Auction demand for this penny has intensified quietly but steadily. It doesn't create noise, it creates pressure. The kind of pressure that drives prices upward as fewer examples remain available and more collectors realize what they missed. And now comes the moment that changes perception entirely. As of today, in the active and verified United States, auction and private collector market, this exact 1955 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark, preserved in very fine condition, carries a current confirmed market value of $155,000. This value is real, it is current, and it is not the ceiling. The market for high-condition Philadelphia wheat pennies is strengthening year after year. Demand continues to rise as supply disappears into long-term holdings. Collectors who understand the future are not selling, they are holding and waiting. If this coin is in your possession, understand this clearly: you are holding a serious treasure. Not a novelty, not a minor collectible, but a piece of American monetary history that has crossed into the realm of powerful wealth. Patience is everything here. Preservation is everything. Coins like this reward those who understand timing and punish those who underestimate them. This is not a story about the past. This is a story about what happens next. And remember, US MintX delivers freshly uncovered coin truths, auction insights, and hidden wealth revelations every single day. Only one coin remains. Coin number 6 is coming, and it closes this list with a force you will not forget. Next up, now we arrive at the grand finale, coin number 6, the coin that completes this extraordinary journey into the world of America's most valuable wheat pennies. And if you think the previous 5 coins were impressive, prepare yourself, because this 1944 Lincoln wheat penny is a masterclass in subtlety, survival, and rare beauty. Struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark, this coin was born during the thick of World War II, a year when the nation was focused on survival, not coin collecting. Yet, amidst the chaos, some pennies slipped through the cracks and into private hands, carrying with them decades of untold stories. And this coin, this one has survived nearly 8 decades with a grace that is almost miraculous. Its very lightly gray-black tone is understated but breathtaking to anyone who knows what to look for. It is not flashy, it is not polished, and it is not artificially altered. This is the color of history itself, mellowed over time, aged naturally by decades of air, handling, and storage conditions that have shaped it into a silent yet commanding treasure. The patina whispers the story of a coin that has endured, a coin that has quietly escaped the destructive forces that claimed thousands of others from this same year. In old fine condition, this coin occupies a unique place in the collector hierarchy. Lincoln's portrait remains visible and dignified, while the wheat ears are distinct, standing as markers of authenticity and endurance. The wear shows that it lived a life, yet its details are preserved enough to place it squarely among elite collectibles. This coin is not just a piece of metal, it is a vessel of history, wealth, and legacy. Collectors know that 1944 pennies without mint marks in preserved condition are vanishing from the market. Many were melted down, many circulated into oblivion, and many were simply forgotten, leaving only a rare few to surface decades later. And coins like this, with understated toning and natural aging, are becoming increasingly impossible to find. The demand for this coin is quietly intense. Serious collectors are tracking every auction, every private sale, every moment this coin might appear. Its rarity and condition place it in a category that the market cannot ignore. And like all the pennies in this list, it is not just a collectible, it is an asset, a tangible piece of American history that carries real-world value, recognized by serious investors and collectors alike. Here is the truth as of today in the verified United States. Auction and private sale market, this exact 1944 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark, showing a very lightly grey-black tone and preserved in old fine condition, has a current confirmed market value of $145,000.